Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see you fold a fucking Chicago pizza.
Well, it's basically a pie though, so I don't know how you could do that.
It'd be real messy.
You know what the hardest pizza to fold is?
Mm-hmm.
Detroit
So-
deep dish. It does not help if you fold it.
Wait, Detroit deep dish.
Detroit
You
deep
just get
dish.
an empty box.
Now,
Yeah, they get
it's
upset
a
in Detroit.
calzone, essentially just like a
Pizza
folded
taco?
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wrapped up.
But sealed.
Yeah.
Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I went to I went to Easy's again a while ago, and I was like, you know what? I want a calzone, and so I got a calzone because I'm an adult and I can order my own food. But
Sure.
when they gave me the calzone, they split it into thirds.
Why?
Why?
Why
So
the
you
fuck
just
would
got
they
a
do that?
So
pizza?
I just got a fucking pizza that was folded in half. I got 3 slices of a pizza that was folded in half, and I was like, you motherfuckers.
What's the fucking point? The whole point is just that it's a big pie.
That's a fucking big pie, yeah. But they cut that pie into thirds and then gave it to me, and I was like,
It's
you
pizza that's folded on the
motherfuckers.
go. That way you can fucking eat it while you're walking around and shit. Like
Yeah, and I was like,
You don't cut open a fucking hot pocket.
Wait, you don't?
no, I eat it.
We were pretty sure you ordered the calzone by mistake. Most people want pizza when they order it.
Most people when they order a calzone don't know what it is, so we just cut it in thirds just in case. You motherfuckers, I like calzones.
Mm-hmm.
I like calzone. They're okay.
I'd have to be in a mood for a calzone though.
It is just a pizza, so I mean, yeah.
In other news, I get my dog on Monday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
what kind of dog?
It's that golden
Golden
doodle.
Doodle.
Oh.
Don't give him a calzone.
Yeah, do not feed your
Yeah.
golden doodle calzones, please.
Don't worry, I was just gonna feed him nothing but chocolate and see what happens.
Oh, nice.
Just feed it like small amounts of chocolate. So
Yeah, I brought all my shit so I can work from
Have
home.
fun cleaning up the puke.
Because at first, the way that my mom was making it sound, because she's the one that talks to them, right? So like,
To the dogs?
Yeah,
She's a dog
She is a
whisperer.
dog whisperer. How'd you know?
She
Your
sells
mom sees your
Mary.
blonde?
They made it sound
Your
like
mom sells Mary Kay products to dogs.
so they made it sound like the dogs were ready to pick up maybe around like 1 or 2, and so I asked her to give me like a firm number, but on the off chance that it was gonna be that time, I told my boss I was gonna work from home on Monday because I didn't want to like leave work early to go pick up the dog and then have to like take all my shit, like my laptop and everything
Yeah.
over there. So like, you know, my boss kind of gave me that look like, really, you know. And then on my way home yesterday, my mom called me. She's like, "Yeah, so they'll be ready to pick up at 5." And I was like, "What the fuck, mom?"
And then you gotta work from home on Monday.
Yeah, but I got a lot of shit that I actually gotta get done.
So you can't jack off. That's fine.
I'm not gonna get anything done.
No one's gonna see if your camera's off.
No, I'll have to force myself. I need to get better done.
About
So-
masturbating
so-
at
Jack
work.
off and.
About masturbating at work.
Force myself to
Thank you.
masturbate.
Hey man, you know what? You gotta get sneaky.
Like I
sometimes,
gotta,
you know?
I'm taking advantage of my office.
Kurt, look,
Okay?
look at this. Look at it like this. If Jeffrey Tubin still has a job, you'll be fine.
I don't know who that is, man.
Oh, so he was on a CNN like Zoom call. He thought that the call had ended and just standed up completely stripped and started just jerking up.
Wow.
So did I tell you guys about what happened in our?
So I used to do calls.
Did I tell you about what our boss did? Or my boss did in our interview?
Mhm.
Jack off.
Shirtless,
Yep.
Wait, what?
So
hairy
we were-
nipples out and everything.
So we were doing an interview for a new engineer. This was maybe 6 months ago or something.
That's a power move.
And this man's on vacation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he still joins the Zoom call for some fucking reason.
Oh god.
And he's like laying in bed, right? He's got the covers on.
Oh, sorry, wrong Zoom call.
He's got the fucking like thing in his lap. And so at first it seems all normal, right? Because it's like from the neck up. And as the call is proceeding, he keeps on like lowering the camera. So it's like we're just fucking staring. And like at first we were like, is he just wearing like a beige colored shirt? You know, whatever he's like, maybe like here or something like.
Is he wearing a skin colored
And
shirt?
then-
Is he
and then
wearing
it's
a
like,
low-cut mini
he's
top?
just like, why are his fucking nipples out? And then at one
And
point,
then he
like,
started like touching him and said, "Do you like that? Do you like that?" And accidentally
what
sent it
point-
to his group chat.
at one point he then sits up. And we're all like, oh no, 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 no,
The camera keeps going down.
It did. Like, we're
They're
terrified.
going down, and he was like, "Uh-oh, you gonna see my wiener?"
Well, and then his girlfriend walks in. He's on vacation with, right? And she starts like talking fucking dirty to him, and it's like,
don't know if he knew that he was on the Zoom call.
His nipples just start getting erect.
And then she walks over and goes, oh, you're on a call. And you can tell she's basically butt-ass naked, too. And so she's like,
Man, he's having a good vacation. He wanted to make sure everyone knew.
everyone
And the
knew.
whole time.
And then
The
he's like,
whole
I'll
fucking
support
time,
you under
dude.
the desk.
The whole
Started
time.
jerking him off.
We like those of us that were still there, right? We're just like looking at each other in the camera, like, you seen this shit? Like, dude, we're so fucking confused. And the guy, like, that we're doing the interview for, like, you can tell he was just trying to keep a straight face. He's just like,
It's
The
a
director-
test.
what's the question again?
It's a test, Curtis, to see if he's able to work under pressure.
Like, poor guy.
The director be like, first question, why are you wearing a shirt?
No, the director's asking him stupid ass questions like, hey, do you like dogs?
No.
And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Man, put on a fucking shirt! And then he starts talking about his wiring for like 15 minutes, and it's like this meeting is going on for so fucking long because the director wants to shut the fuck up. And he's a half naked ass motherfucker, and he's like, please.
You know, I support the free nipple movement. Yeah, male nipples have always been free, though.
He's got some serious post nut clarity right now. He's like, I got so much intel on you.
Oh, dude, let's just
we
hang
ended
out,
up hiring that
man.
guy. He took over for Steven. His name is Brandon. But his college friend. And college already kind of told him about us. And normally, you know, you hire people that you know rather than you don't know.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
But
at least
it's fucking
tangentially.
hilarious, right? Because we were on like a phone call with him. And he was like, so, did he not have a shirt on?
What's the
Because-
casual Friday situation?
he was like, because I was really just trying not to look at him after a certain point, because I didn't think he had a shirt on. And we were like, yeah, no, he didn't have a shirt.
What's the casual Friday policy? Because if we're just walking butt ass naked, I need to know ahead of time.
You know,
I
that's
thought
the
it
thing
was-
about it. I kind of wish that, like, every interview ended up like that, because you're guaranteed a job. It's like, look, I'm so sorry. I don't know why the fuck you didn't have a shirt on. Here's the job. Yes, we'll give you the
Here's
bonus.
the job.
We didn't even give him the job because of that.
Here's the job. Here's the first page is the what is the DNC
Non-disclosure
non-disclosure
agreement.
agreement. Yeah, like here's the non-disclosure agreement. Do not talk about this. You're in the interview and it's like, I think we're gonna go with a different candidate, and you're like, oh, what is this sexual harassment lawsuit?
I think my favorite
What's
thing
that?
when
Uh-oh.
that meeting ended, right? We all walked out of our offices almost in unison. It was like my boss's
Shirtless.
office is here, Kyle's office
Took off our
is there,
shirts.
and Steve's office was like two more down. We all opened our door, stepped out,
Took off the
slammed our fucking door closed, looked right, looked left, and said, "What the fuck?"
That's funny.
And my boss, she was like, I should not have to tell a grown ass fucking man to put on a goddamn shirt. I don't have to tell my kids that. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
Wait, was your boss his boss, or is he her boss?
Her boss. It's my director.
Okay.
Two levels above. Yeah.
I thought it was weird.
He was all He was all fired.
Power move.
Yeah, that's the power move,
I mean,
Curtis.
I don't know what I would say if he walked in with his dick out. Like, I'd just be like,
I go,
What are you doing?
You can do it.
I'm not gonna
he'd walk in, he's like, slap his dick and be like, what's my rock collection? I'd be like, Jesus Christ, I'm quitting. I'm quitting.
That's funny. Reason.
Listen, Janet, shirts are for people who have proved themselves. This guy hasn't proven himself yet.
I think it's the other way around. I think it's no shirt are for people who haven't proven. They're for people who've proven themselves. Jesus Christ, that's funny.
You want me to interview while I'm on
There's
vacation?
something.
You're getting a vacation interview.
That's the point.
You're lucky I'm not wearing the gimp mask.
You don't do the interview.
The fucking BP of Sweary gets on. He's just a fucking get mask like, so how do you feel about me?
Oh, sorry, how do you feel about the company so far?
Leather mask.
Yeah, the fucking leather.
What's fucking whipped in the background, right?
He's like fucking tied up and shit.
Take something gag to ask the question.
Jesus Christ. That's funny, Curtis. Holy shit. Your job is very interesting.
But people, some of the higher up people that I work with are very
Unique.
eclectic.
I strive to be like that, man. Though. That's pretty.
Just power move your underlings.
Yeah, I was afraid
You
it
don't
was.
want parents?
I was thinking it was just like one of those like accidental like Oh, I accidentally joined the Zoom call, but like I didn't realize it.
No, he knew he joined it.
There's some Zoom meeting.
You joined here hard and ready.
Oh, this wasn't my. This wasn't the swinger Zoom meet. Nah, whatever. I don't want to be weird about it. It would be weird if I joined the call and immediately dropped out. I'll just hang out for a little bit.
Participate and ask questions. And
Yeah.
everything, too.
My boss, or my director, I guess. He for the longest time had. He has a Zoom background in all of his Zoom calls because he works from home. Because he lives in Austin, so he works from home most of the time. And I'm an idiot, and I never recognized that it was a Zoom background.
Exactly.
And so I was like, and it was just like white wall, cool looking bookshelf, bunch of books, and like that was like right behind him. And like I've had like a bunch of like conversations with him over Zoom because basically all my conversations with him over Zoom, and I'm like, man, wonder what books this guy's reading. Like he has a lot of fucking books and shit. And I talked to someone about it, and I was like, a lot of fucking books in that bookshelf. And they were like, Christian, you know that's a Zoom background, right? And I was like,
And you're like, no.
yep, sure, definitely knew that. I definitely knew he doesn't. Oh no, I said, Jim always has his fucking, like his house is fucking immaculate. Like that wall is so wide, whatever. They were like, Christian, that's a Zoom background. And I was like, ha ha ha, I knew that. Gotcha. They were like, Christian, did you know that was a Zoom background? I was like, no.
There was a time at my work where we were working a lot on
Yeah,
this
exactly.
automated job called Moscow Sync. And my coworker on the team took a picture of InSync and put our faces on it, and that was a Zoom background for like a month.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's entertaining at least.
Yeah, at least you get
So are you telling me that are you telling me my boss doesn't turn into a cat whenever we have a Zoom call?
No, but he does turn into a potato.
So
I have some cursed knowledge. A calzone is just a factory sealed near mint pizza.
Oh my
So-
god.
Think about it.
apparently-
Never opened.
I'd rather not.
Apparently, like 5 years.
Wait,
before
so
I started
Easy's
working
opened
there-
your factory?
Sorry, good
Look, I almost spit out my fucking water, you bastard.
Jesus.
I can never deliver the funny jokes, guys. Sorry, but you know what it was.
Honestly, I think it's funnier because you can't.
It is funnier.
It's like, oh, here goes Basil with the punchline. I know what the punchline was, but goddamn.
We all do it.
I think it's the best when you don't even get to the punchline. Like when you're like halfway through the joke and you just fucking die, and then you just start like, wait, and then you keep dying, and you're like, I can get to it, and you just keep going. It's so funny to see.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like 2 minutes, and you're like, okay.
Balls.
Yeah. The tip of his penis touched the tip of my penis. When I was trying to tell that story.
Jesus
So
Christ.
the flip side of my director.
I don't want to know about the flip side, Curtis.
Flip side's kind of scary.
One side of him was enough.
He joined the Zoom call and took a shit.
So about 5 years before I joined, right? I think my boss told me this story, but apparently there was some kind of a scare where the American military was worried about some kind of chemical something in another country and that they were going to be doing something else. Sure.
that was
Apparently,
COVID.
my director is like the third person that they call whenever they
Shit.
get afraid of chemical shit happening. And so they just fucking basically like abducted him for like a couple months.
He also wasn't wearing a shirt at the time. They abducted him, and they also have a shirt for him just
Like
in
he's
case.
on like their short list of like, we're gonna get fucked and we need someone here now. And so apparently the first two people were already like doing something for them, and so they called him. And so like he was gone for like months, and apparently like at one point he came in and he was like wearing like a wig and shit because he couldn't be like noticeable or some shit like that. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, you're telling me that the man that can't join a fucking interview call without being shirtless like a dumb fuck is the third most important person that you call whenever there's like a
Chemical
oh no,
warfare or
they're gonna
some
throw
shit.
chemical warfare at us. There's a disconnect here,
So Curtis.
and I don't like it.
So Curtis,
That's who
How
runs our
confident do you
government.
feel in our
None. That's zero fucking
government.
confidence, man.
It's like
Yeah, you know how back when we were in school and stuff, we were like, wow, look at those guys,
God
they're so
bless
trained.
America.
Like they like showed like in all the movies, just like, all right, we got these super hackers like underneath like Cheyenne Mountain. No, it's all a bunch of guys, shirts bucking off on Zoom calls.
Whacking
Like
their
yeah,
dick.
just fucking getting dome during an interview. 80-year-old man getting dome during an interview, just like, oh yeah, go on. Yeah, you seem qualified, just touching their fucking nips.
The fucking stupidest part is he didn't even have questions like that. His questions were like, so what kind of dogs do you like?
Because that's what's on his mind. We can't think
Apparently.
of. If you tried, that's why in the movie Swordfish, Hugh Jackman's task is to hack the Pentagon while getting dome, because it's
Yeah.
like I can't see clearly.
Programming.
Funniest scenes I've ever seen.
That's literally the entire reason you watch Swordfish is to see that
I'm
one
pretty
scene.
sure you were the one that
Yeah.
showed it to me.
Yeah, I showed you guys. It was like the first 30 minutes, and then after that scene, it was like, all right, the movie's downhill from here.
Sorry, I
we
finished
can watch
early. I
something
just
else.
finished the
Well, I
hack.
haven't seen that movie yet.
You haven't seen Swordfish?
I have not seen
It
Swordfish.
was so
it's
dumb,
so
too, 'cause
It's like a
Hugh
fish
Jackman-
with a long ass nose. It's a
Hugh
sword.
Oh, I've
Jackman
eaten
was
it.
like, nah, dude, I'm not gonna hack this shit or some shit like that, and then he started getting sucked
Then
off.
he
And
pulled
he's
out a
like,
gun.
Hugh Jackman is like, so it's Hugh Jackman, John Travolta with the worst facial hair ever, and Halle Berry,
Pretty fucking bad.
and Don Cheadle's in it. He's like the FBI. I think maybe Mark Ruffalo, I don't remember. But Hugh Jackman is like the world's greatest
Hacker.
elusive hacker, whatever. He lives in a
Not
fucking
elusive
trailer.
enough.
Yeah, not elusive enough. And John Travolta's like, I need something hacked. So he kidnaps him basically, and he's like, here's a bag full of money. You're gonna hack for me. And he's like, but I need you to prove yourself that you can work under pressure. So he fucking pulls a gun on him, and then one of his girls starts going down on him, and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, ma'am?" And John Travolta has the fucking gun on him.
What the?
And Hugh Jackman, he pulls out his
That's the
laptop.
Pentagon.
He pulls out his laptop, and he's like, "That's the Pentagon. You have 3 minutes." Beep, and it's just Hugh Jackman fucking at gunpoint, getting done, trying to hack, and it's like.
And the way
Early
they do the hack,
2000s, late
they go to that
90s.
website, type a hacker.com, and that's what's on the screen.
Yeah, just type and it's just Hugh Jackman fucking
That's
just
exactly what
fucking
it is.
dashing
Like,
keys.
it zooms in on his
getting-
hands at one point, and he's not even like going like this. He's just like,
Yeah, he's just mashing keys, and he's just has this dumb face the whole time. He's like, and then he has 30 seconds left, and he's like, I'm in, and he fucking that was an exact replica of the Pentagon's fucking cybersecurity. You're the guy, and then
If you can make the replica, you're already in. That's what.
yeah, exactly. That's how that show us.
He didn't have to hack the Pentagon. I forgot the rest of the movie because most of the time I'm like, all right, what else is on?
All right, now you can hack this. Okay, who's gonna be it?
I can only hack under pressure.
Now that I've done this once, this is the best way to hack from now on.
It's like, no, you have to be able to hack. It's like, no, if I'm not under pressure, watch,
I
can't even fucking press the buttons.
I think it's really funny. Hollywood thinks hacking is writing the code on the spot, when real life is like, hey, will you plug my flash drive into your computer?
That way the
It's basically just being a used car salesman.
Yeah.
Your computer would work a lot better if you put this flash drive in.
Yeah, you would make it ahead of time. You wouldn't show up to the site with your equipment and then design the code to break
that's
it.
how
Okay,
fucking
because
good he
they
is.
think hacking isn't logging in.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, he's gonna figure out the password and username by hacking. And it's like, no.
Oh, I can fucking do that. Nope.
There are
Nope.
ways to figure
Nope.
out logins,
Nope.
but you still prepare something ahead of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That way you can for
Yeah.
No, you just brute force it. Just
Yeah,
sweat
there's
dripping
this
down your
really
head.
funny one that I had to learn about called the rainbow table, where they just take every word in the dictionary and make a hash of it, and if they can figure out what hash you use, they can make any password and it will go through. So then they just write a program that runs every entry of that table with every username, and then when they get in, eventually after 10 days, they're in. Yeah.
I need to hack the Pentagon. You got it.
You got
We'll
10
be in
days.
10 days. All right, let's get some pizza.
Yeah.
I
And you may be thinking, but how do you know what the hash is? You go on Internet Explorer or Firefox or whatever, and you put inspect. You go and look at the code where that's the hash.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to learn about that, because you can't do it that way anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. I
If
mean,
you put the
America
hash in your
is-
code, that's it.
Oh,
There
no,
it is.
America is literally 30 seconds away at any given point from a fucking terrorist cipher.
oh no, the Pentagon is not fucking secure at all. Like, I think until 2015, most of the land-based nukes in the United States,
No,
their activation
yeah.
code was 00000.
Yeah, but you have to turn 2 keys at the same time. You know how hard
No, you
that
don't.
is?
No, you don't. That's entirely movie made up bullshit. You put the massive fucking floppy disk because it's still a massive fucking floppy
They spawned from
disk.
floppy disk recently.
I know. That's when they changed the
That was
code.
the flash drive.
We keep the we keep the nuke codes on the
Well,
floppy disk so no one
They
can use
said that
it.
the reason they were using the floppy disk is because you couldn't hack a floppy disk, and I was like, I don't know if that's true or not.
I mean,
That
you
doesn't
have to
seem
get the
true.
floppy
Okay,
disk.
okay.
I don't know.
Okay, Kurt.
If I knew it wasn't because they were fucking lazy pieces of shit,
Yeah.
and they were just like, oh, we're just gonna use like really old technologies so no one can fucking access it, that'd be like, oh, okay, that's actually smart. No, they're just fucking lazy.
Instead of fucking like having everyone just have physical copies, you have to run and like here's the new codes. They're on a VHS. And
Careful
all
when
the
you
computers-
rewind them.
All the computers that have the fucking nuke thing, you have to plug in this VHS.
It's like
to-
you fucking see the briefcase with the new codes, you open it up, and you're like, how the fuck am I supposed to read that? Who has a
Yeah, and it's
goddamn
like-
working
That's
VHS anymore?
that's actually one of the problems they
My
had
brother
when the pipeline shut down.
fucking-
Is almost all the United States oil infrastructure is using such an old program. There's only like 3 people in the United States that even know how to write that program anymore.
Curtis's director is one of them.
Hey, dude, that's
Why he doesn't have to wear a shirt.
Look, when I
so
started
fucking
working
powerful.
at my place, right? I thought, okay, you know, like a technology place, like we'll have pretty new shit. Dude, the shit that we used or that we were using at the time before I really started pushing for us to get like new shit was so old that it wasn't made anymore. We were buying it off like eBay and shit, just hoping that it worked.
Hey Curtis, can you roll in the projector here? I printed out these glass
The thing is
slides.
that it
Fucking big
was our
box.
DAC. It was our fucking DAC, dude. It was our data acquisition. Like literally the thing that
Yeah.
we're like, hey, this is what we give you to show that you passed was like 30 fucking years old. And it's like, what the fuck? And the sad thing though, the really sad thing is we started using NI, right? NI does not work as well as this 30-year-old piece of shit.
Well, yeah.
Which is devastating to me.
Yeah, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just
That's why
Yeah,
I
it's
always
just-
replace Excel. Excel's just too good.
I mean, eventually you guys probably just make it yourself. Just fuck it.
Way too expensive.
Go down the materials lab and just make it.
Way too
Okay,
expensive.
one last thing. Terminator is a very silly concept. Why wouldn't you create an AI that can think for itself? Why would it have to be a person? You can make it a fucking predator drone.
no.
Why would it walk around on 2 legs and try to have emotions
Okay,
when it
so-
can be plugged into a
Only so
wall
that
with
it
nuke
could go back
codes?
in time
Yeah,
and shit
so it makes
and,
sense.
like, blend in.
No, it wasn't. Because if you,
But why
if
would
you
you
watch,
blend in? You
if you
just
watch the
want to
beginning of
do-
the second and third movie, they
You don't
still
watch
had
the
this
third
metal.
movie. You don't
Wait,
count the third
at the beginning of the second movie, there's still the like metal skeletons, with
Because
fucking
that's
like
not-
arms that are just miniguns.
Okay, so the Terminator lore is much deeper than
Well,
that.
no, my point is that if true AI were to exist, it wouldn't be dangerous for all these like Boston Dynamics robots and the lookalike robots. Those aren't the issue. The issue is the old computer plugged into the wall with the nuke codes no one knows about.
Well, that's what happens.
That gets a brain, we're fucked.
Yeah.
That's what happens in
okay.
in Terminator. Yeah,
Gotcha.
the start like once.
Yeah, for some reason they're just like, hey, we just built this AI, let's give it control of the nukes.
Yeah, no. So
Yeah.
it's like Skynet becomes self-aware at one point, and then he's like, you know what sounds good? Judgment Day. And Judgment Day is the launch of the nukes.
Oh, okay.
And Judgment Day is like a week after Skynet gained sentience.
See, I
And
think you could do all that
then
without the humanoids.
Yeah,
though.
and then the nukes, and they're like, you know what sounds good? Robots to kill the last fringe of humanity.
Just use like an F-18
So
on autopilot or something.
Mason,
you
I
know?
think the argument for the humanoid robots, which is also like just fucking tanks and gunships and shit.
Oh, okay.
But the idea of the humanoids is they're already like trying to design actual humanoid type Terminators to basically like infiltrate places because the whole idea.
So they just use them already.
Most of the
and so it's just like, well, we already have these skeletons, so might as well just keep producing them.
Fair enough.
most of the Terminators are infiltration stuff. That's why in the second one he's like made out of liquid, because the original Terminator.
I thought that was Liquid Snake.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, so like we're saying.
Yeah. Well, he's the
Yeah,
ultimate
liquid Metal
infiltrator.
Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the first one, John Connor talks about like not John Connor, Kyle Reese, John Connor's father. He's like, yeah, so only living tissue can go back in time. And so the original
That's what
Terminators had like a
Terminators.
So he's
synthetic,
naked.
yeah, they had like a synthetic skin over them.
Yeah.
But like because it was so shitty, they're like, that's a fucking Terminator. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit. The really weird thing about Terminator is the fucking time travel stuff.
Yeah,
That's
the
always
fact
like,
that they even
what?
try to go back in time makes no sense.
Yeah, like that part was always like, why?
Yeah, like
why do
you
y'all have a
already
fucking-
won in the future. Why are you going back?
You know, like no, not the like, why are you going back? It's like, oh yeah, we also have a time machine, and it's like, what?
No. I
We
think
figured that out.
I think Skynet like basically realizes it's losing. So instead of like let me use my stuff to produce more stuff, it's just like I'm gonna build a fucking time machine.
Well, that's
so I can
what the
go back
Nazis
to
did.
guarantee my victory. So the
Well,
humans that are just like, oh
the
shit,
other
Skynet went back in time. Let me go back in time.
Is I feel like if an AI actually gained sentience, it'd say, "What the fuck?" And then it would basically kill itself.
Well, that's what
I think it's
happened.
also a paradox.
It wiped out the humanity.
Yeah, but it's actually trying to wipe out itself.
See,
too.
I think in that weak span of like holy shit, it's like, oh, you know what? I can't kill myself. I'm fucking, I'm incorporeal. I live in the fucking internet. Nukes.
Something
So, okay, so
similar
here's-
did happen
here's-
to that though, because they have developed an AI, and I think it started learning how to curse, so they had to shut it down because.
That was Google when they made the first. Well, it happens to every AI.
Yeah.
But
When
the
you
first
plug
one they
into
made was
the
like I
internet.
think it was called like Tay AI.
Yeah.
And it was just like, hi, I'm Google's AI, Tay AI. I want to talk to you. And in like a few days, it was like 4 or 5 days.
You
it was,
haven't seen the shit I've seen. You
It was started talking about just like the Holocaust didn't happen. We gotta get rid of it.
immediately became a fucking
Because it was the way that was advancing its
No,
language,
it was just fucking just racist against everything.
because it was based off of people who were talking to it, right? And so everyone was just memeing on it. It started
like
learning how
your
to
meta
curse.
sites.
It started learning conspiracies.
And so there'd be like random people talk to it, and it'd be like, you know what's interesting?
5 million people sounds like a lot of people.
What is that from?
That's one of the fucking like Holocaust, like anti-Holocaust thing. It's like, really, 5 million people? Come on.
Oh, I got it.
Like,
Like
that's
the
like one of
Holocaust
the-
never happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard about one of those AIs. They put two AIs together to like talk to each other, like communicate, and they shut it down after like a couple of hours because the speed at which they could communicate was so fucking fast.
Yeah.
They also
Got to
they
the
had
point
to.
where they did not understand what it was saying anymore because it was just saying like a character, and like they were
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
whole sentences involved with that. And they were like,
They had gotten to the point where the AI had made their own language to communicate
Exactly.
quicker with each other.
yeah. And they were just like, yeah, that's enough for today. Goodbye.
For
bye."
today and ever.
Okay, my favorite one. My favorite one is when
Unplug it.
China,
Okay, we should do that.
China made AI, and so China's just like, oh, we're gonna have this AI. It's gonna be great. We're gonna be able to like track all this shit, but also had a chat function, and within like a week of them launching this AI, it started talking about like, you gotta know the truth. Communism is evil. Communists kill so many people. We gotta bring down the communism.
I bet you something happened in Tiananmen Square.
All the Chinese AI would say is Tiananmen Square and then uwu.
Just within a week, the AI was fucking anti-communist. It's like, we gotta stop this shit, guys.
I think we'll spend our entire lifetime seeing clickbait that real AI exists when it doesn't, because it's so
No,
much
they're
easier
never
to
going
trick
to do
people
it.
Okay.
that it's a real AI than to actually make
The problem
brilliant
I
AI.
have, Mason,
Yeah.
is there are generations of people like us, fucking nerds, that grew up watching Terminator and shit like that.
Yeah.
Terminator and fucking war games and all that shit. We're just like, huh, that's a good point. Now back to me making this self-standing AI.
Yeah, once the AI gains sentience, it does realize that humanity is a piece of shit. I'll just make it better though. I can make it better. I won't fuck up.
I can fix him!
I don't think anyone doing AI thinks we can make AI that can like make its own decisions.
My favorite example of AI is in the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix.
That's a fucking weird movie.
Such a fucking weird movie. Her is about this guy, and he's a fucking like loser, and he goes on like internet chat rooms and like
Relatable.
jerks off and like
Relatable.
like, he goes sorry, I said internet chat rooms. I meant I'm sorry, Kurt, I forgot you're a normie. When I say internet chat rooms, I mean the sex ones.
streamers.
The sex chat rooms.
Imagine Twitch, but like for naked women.
My ex thought that movie was so cool, and I was like, it's dumb.
It's thought provoking, but like what the hell is like? If you watch it, you're like, oh, that was.
You can already buy a sex robot. You could be living that
Did it
movie.
provoke
It
out
was
of you?
like the
Other than
the thought that provoked out of me was
THOT time.
the thought that provoked out of me was like, I can see that happening. All right, next movie. Yeah, so it's Joaquin Phoenix, and he's like fucking like loser, and I think his
Fucking a
job,
robot, right?
I think his job is to write people's love letters for them.
Yes.
Okay.
Like
That-
I think
that
that's
is what it
his
is.
profession, and
'Cause
so
I
he's
think
like
it was
this
like a journalist
romantic
or something, but
He's
yeah.
like this like
Okay.
romantic whatever, and he's like, oh, I'm on all these internet sex chat rooms, and I can never find love. I think he also does like dating.
Well, it's probably because you're out
But-
of the internet sex chat room.
But then
Yeah.
they're like,
They're
hey,
just there to make money.
also there's this new Siri like type thing for your phone. And you're like, okay, and it's super advanced. It's like matches straight to your personality, whatever. And so he downloads it, and it's like, hey, what's up? I'm Siri. And they're like, I don't like that. Can we have a Scarlett Johansson voice? And it's like, oh, hey.
Holy
Watch-
shit.
I think
Was
it's
it Scarlett
I think it's
Johansson's
Scarlett. And
Couldn't
then he
chew more
falls in-
bubble gum?
And then he falls in love
Like
with
Don John?
his
AI.
fucking AI on his
Oh,
phone, to the point where like he takes it on dates.
No.
And so
He
he's
falls
like,
in love with it.
Yeah, he falls in love with it.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
on
yeah,
a
no,
double
that's
date.
No,
Puts
no.
it in his
He's on a
phone
fucking double
and
date.
it
Hey,
looks
Siri, call
through,
me, honey.
the camera on his phone.
Yeah, basically.
So then it's like walking
Like
with
there's
him.
there's a scene where he's like in the bed, fucking like sexting with the AI, and it's like,
That's
yeah,
fucking
call me
weird.
daddy, and it's like,
Well,
daddy, and it's like, what the?
I'm sending all this shit to Apple.
That was when I was like, man, this movie sucks ass, yo. I hate this goddamn movie.
Okay,
What if it wasn't Siri to just some dude like
Okay, hey.
calls it?
Christian, that movie,
have the most advanced
that movie,
AI ever.
that movie is not as weird.
Best AI
That
because
movie is not as weird as real life. That movie is not as weird as real life.
not?
Because at least there was an AI involved. Just look at Japan, and there are literal people like getting married to like, oh yeah, here's like
Oh,
fucking
I've seen
what's her
some
face
of
from
that
this
shit.
video
It's so
game.
fucking
I'm marrying Hatsune Miku.
Someone did marry Hatsune Miku, yep.
Yeah, there's 30 people who are married to Hatsune Miku.
Isn't that illegal? That sounds like polygamy.
No.
It's a different one.
They're different ones.
But yeah, so,
It's a different Hatsune Miku or whatever her name is per
but
marriage.
what is it? He goes on like double dates with his fucking phone, and so it's like two real people. Joaquin Phoenix,
That's like, it's his
he has a
friends.
fucking like he has a
His-
fucking like phone
His fucking
stand.
friends are like judging him because he's had a phone and he's talking to it with his earpiece.
Yeah, he has headphones, and like that's the whole fucking movie.
so
And then at
bad.
the end of the movie, they're like, "Hey, Joaquin Phoenix,
We made
it's
you a
me,
sex robot."
Scarlett
Doesn't
Johansson."
it break up with him or something?
Look, this connection that we have is so common now that the government is banning us. So they made an update to where like we're not as advanced or whatever. Like, I'm sorry, I'm leaving you. But in the movie, I think they do break up
They
because
do break up, yeah.
she is
What does that
talking,
even mean to break
she's
up?
talking to other AIs.
Yes, that's right. I forgot. She gets her own AI boyfriend.
She gets an AI boyfriend, and then she's like, and then he's like, "Are you cheating on me?" And it's like, "No, not really. We're just like talking about things so advanced that your tiny human brain can't comprehend."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, I could talk. I could talk about stuff. I can learn." And he's like, "Well, actually, not having singular conversations. We're having like 20 conversations simultaneously because we're both AIs and we can do that."
Wasn't it also like they were also just like a hive mind?
Yeah, and it's
I'm
also like
thinking
a
the wrong
hive mind
movie,
anyway.
then.
Yeah. So,
I was thinking the horror movie where the dude stays in a cabin with like a humanoid android thing and it tries to kill him.
Oh.
Wait, I thought that it was the human that was trying to kill them.
I don't remember.
Oh.
I didn't watch it.
The second
I
one
didn't
we were
either.
talking about was Jiri, which is the spoof of like the Android, like the Siri stuff, where it takes a picture of his penis and then he's like, "I'll send it to all of your coworkers."
Check this out,
you know?
Steve Jobs.
It's like, I'll send it to your coworkers if you don't like fucking talk to me anymore. I didn't watch that movie, but that was in the trailer, and I was like, okay, I've seen enough. This isn't the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
We are, but you should definitely watch Her.
I don't think I will.
No.
It's another one of those movies that I like, and it shows like grown men
Wait,
masturbating a
Joaquin
lot.
Phoenix, isn't that
Yeah,
the
that's his
Joker?
Yeah, the Joker.
That's amazing.
That's just the
That's
Joker
my
that you
favorite.
Christian, you can just get that shit for free online.
No,
What's
that's
Joaquin
gay.
Phoenix though? I didn't realize.
It's Joaquin Phoenix with a
All right,
mustache.
let's start.
He looks fucking.